Hey guys, it's Link Plays Games. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to Pokemon TCG, or Pokemon Trading Card Game, for those who don't know what TCG stands for. So we are back with more battling, but I figured I'd also give a quick, quiet update to my life. I'm having to be very quiet right now because Jello is asleep. Millie is currently asleep with her head on my leg. I am officially trapped on the couch until further notice. Until she gets too hot and goes to the floor, or at least moves her head off my leg. Gotta love the sleeping pet rule. You know, when a pet is asleep on you, you cannot move. I've had to pee here for the last 30 minutes. Anyways, sorry for that TMI, guys. But I have been a little AFK for a while because I've been adjusting to home life. I know I've been moved into my apartment for a while now, and me, Jello, and Hayes got adjusted. It was so nice, calm, and peaceful, and we decided it was time to grow our family. And no, I am not talking kids. I don't even know if that would be more or less chaotic than adding a Millie. As you guys have seen, little shorts of her and this cute little drawing I did of her, she is absolutely precious. She is the sweetest dog ever. Well, I can't say the sweetest dog ever. I've had a ton of dogs throughout my entire life, and I've never really met a mean dog or ever had like a bad dog, you know? Like, they all have their challenges, they all have their little quirks. It's so cool to find, like, your pet's personalities. Because, like, with Hayes, she was always very curious and very, like, loving and outgoing, and anybody who would give her just a little bit of attention, that was her new friend. But, like, she also had her moments where she was such an introvert and will not socialize. But it's very rare. With Millie, she is extremely extroverted. There is no limit on her social battery, which I envy because I am very much got a limited social battery. So does Jello, which is unfortunate for us when we try to walk this dog, because there'll be neighbors walking around and walking with their dogs, and she just wants to greet everybody. With Millie being a hound mix, she is very athletic. She is very much loves to go on walks, loves to be out and about and playing. Recently, earlier tonight, her and Jello were playing around, and he was teaching her how to play tug of war with her rope because apparently she just didn't automatically know that. He had to show her that that was like a fun thing for her to do, which is crazy to me that a dog has to learn to do that. I've never had to like teach my dogs that. As a kid, I grew up with dogs and they've always just automatically played like that. Or like playing fetch. She loves to play fetch, though she doesn't quite grasp the concept of bring it back or bring me that. We are working on it because this dog, you could literally say, "Come here, bring me that," and she will drop her toy and walk up to you. Or you could say, "Give me that toy," and she literally just drops it and runs up to you. And it's like, really? But she's learning. She's still a puppy. She's about a year old and so sweet. I know I should be talking about the game, but I can't help but to talk about this sweet pup. She has definitely made our lives more entertaining. And as we learn more about her being in the family, and I'll adjust to her and her adjust to us, it's just been a fun time, which is why I decided to, hold back on YouTube and spend some time just with her, especially with me working as much as I do. And thankfully, me working as much is not hindering too much of her adjustment. Though she has social, or not social anxiety, separation anxiety. I have social anxiety. But she is a good dog. It is so nice to come home every day, to see her on the couch, that tail going a mile a minute. She waits for me to set my stuff down, and then she comes barreling at me, but knocking me over some days, especially the ones where I'm more tired. She's also been pretty good about, like, if I'm not feeling well, or she could tell something's off. Like the other day, I had come home from work early. Something wasn't right. She stayed glued to my side. I had a migraine. She wouldn't leave my side. I feel like a lot of pet owners like to put their pets up on a pedestal and be like, oh yeah, they're absolutely perfect. They are the smartest creature to ever walk this earth. She is not the smartest. I will go ahead and say that now. She has that big dumb dog energy. But she is smart in her own way. She is just very clumsy and has no depth perception, especially when playing. I would be surprised if she has more than like 5 functioning brain cells in her head, because the way she is, she'll grab her toy and start slinging it around, shaking her head extremely hard, and then she'll run around with it, still shaking it, and whack into some kind of furniture, whether that be her crate, or the wall, or the TV stand, or the coffee table. There was one day she was trying to run at me to get the toy from my hand, and she come charging. Well, she obviously did not want to bulldoze me and tried to hit the brakes, and she like literally just like stopped herself, but obviously kept going. She took me out like I was a damn bowling pin. So she ain't the brightest, but little moments like that I love the most. I couldn't imagine a better addition to our chaotic little family we got, especially with me with all my natural chaos, and then Jello with his own chaos. And then there's Hayes, who's usually pretty calm except for her zoomies, which she hasn't had many of those here lately, due to the fact that she's still very unsure of Millie. She must have been chased by a dog at some point when she was an indoor-outdoor cat. She is now an indoor cat full-time, so there was no risk of that for a while, and now all of a sudden there is a risk in her eyes. I don't think Millie would chase her maliciously. I think if anything, Millie would be like, oh, you're running? I'm gonna run too. And then Hayes would 100% think, oh, I have to run for survival. So once the zoomies return, it is gonna be a house of chaos again. But I would very much rather take this house of chaos over just working and coming home and sleeping and waking up and just to go to work again. You gotta have something in your life that breaks up the complete routine of everything. Sorry for the chunky audio clips. I'm yawning a lot because it is almost 2 a.m. Millie is asleep on my leg. Mostly my foot. My foot is asleep. So, I thought I could wait her out. I think I might be stuck sleeping in a sitting position on the couch. Great. But you gotta have something to break up the routine of everyday life. Because especially like for me, I can't handle doing the same thing over and over and over and over. The routine of it all. kills me. And even though we're taking her out around the same time every day, we're trying to like fill her food bowl at specific times of the day. Yes, we let her free eat. We'll fill up her food bowl in the morning, and then we'll fill it up again before I leave for work. Let her eat a little bit, take her out, bring her back in, put her in the crate. We have been crate training her. It is going. I won't elaborate on that other than it's a work in progress. And then usually by the time Jello gets home from work, he lets her out, lets her eat more. If there's still food in her bowl, he'll add some more food to it. If it's empty, he'll fill it up. He'll take her to go potty. They'll sit on the couch and play and relax and take some time. And then later in the night, I come home and I then take her out again before heading to bed, which usually I'm up with her for at least, I would say 2-3 hours before I head up to bed, depending on how late I work. But I mean, the routine of that is completely fine with me, because it's not the same times every night. It's not, the exact same thing every time. She's always got to find a new potty spot, There's always something different about each day. Whether it's we just like sat there and watched the squirrels for a minute in the morning. Some days I'll go out on my back patio with her and a cup of coffee like I did earlier, and we just sat. We watched the wind blow the trees all crazy and watched it start to sprinkle, and then I realized it was too cold and had to head in. It's the little things. But I'm definitely thankful for finding her and her becoming a part of the family. Even with all the chaos and the extra stress that has come into my life. But I'd gladly do it over and over again. Just to be able to see the sweet pup every morning and cuddle with her at night and watch her be her typical goofy, playful self. And I'm sure Jello would agree to the same thing, though he has his moments with her. They are both very stubborn, and when something needs to be done, she doesn't like to listen sometimes, and he is very much, I don't have the time for this. Get your butt in the crate. Get your butt on the couch. We're not playing. Whereas I have more of a gentler approach. I can, wait her out a minute and be like, look, you're gonna end up doing this regardless. I could wait an extra 5 minutes for you to decide that you want to do this. And it's definitely very entertaining. For those who say getting a dog is a good first step before considering children, I think I could see where that comes from. But at this point in time, we are not considering children. Don't get your minds in that kind of headspace. We are just trying to navigate our lives where we're at right now and take our time enjoying it. Also, sorry I talked a bit on and on about Millie and updating you guys about how things are going with her. I know this is supposed to be a Pokemon TCG video. I mean, technically I still played it. I just gave you guys a puppy update while doing so. So, in my defense, I multitasked? Tasked? I don't know why I said tasked. Interesting, is that even a word? Am I that tired? Probably so. It has been a lot of early mornings and late nights. or really early morning to early mornings. Because I normally get off work about 1, don't get home till about 1:30. And then here lately they've been working us over, so I've been getting home at 2 a.m. or getting off work at 2 a.m., coming home about 2:30, not winding down till about 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, and then waking up about 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning. Jello has been thankfully letting me sleep in a bit longer. He deserves Best Boyfriend Ever award. But anyways, I'm gonna end this episode here. Hopefully can get Millie off my foot and head to bed. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.